Welcome this evening to the Park Commission, Lakeville Park Commission meeting, and in accordance with the provisions allowed by Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, the April 21, 2022 public meeting of the Lakeville Park Commission will be held remotely. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com or LakeCAM. You do not need a Facebook account to view the meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available to be viewed at a later date at www.lakecam.tv. And this evening, I'll just start the roll call with Michael Smith.
Here.
Scott Holmes.
Here.
Paula Hull. Here. First, I'd like to welcome our new Commissioner, Michael Smith. And I know that Mike has served on the Park Commission in the past, so welcome back.
Thank you.
The first order of things to do is we need to reorganize the commission. So that means a new chairman and a new vice chair. We have any recommendations, motions?
The Man in the Caribbean, what's your thoughts?
Whatever we need to do.
We need a motion to move somebody to the chair. Scott, are you willing to take that position?
Yep.
My second.
Okay.
I
Second,
want us to make the motion.
I make a motion that we move to make Scott Holmes chairman of the Park Commission. Do I
I
have a
second.
second?
My second.
All right, do we vote? Any
Yep.
discussion?
Nope.
Okay. Okay, vote. Paula Hull, yes.
Michael
Mike?
Smith, yes.
Scott
Scott?
Holmes, I guess so.
You're supposed to
Okay.
abstain.
Yeah, okay. So with that, I'll turn that over to you, Scott.
Okay.
Oh, we need a vice chair, don't we?
Yep.
Okay, so that being said, I'm going to nominate Michael Smith as the vice chair of the Lakeville Park Commission. And do I have a second motion?
Second.
Any discussion? Can we take a vote? Paula Hull, yes.
Michael Smith abstained.
Scott Holmes, yes.
Okay, so that's a yes, you accept that position, Michael.
Yes, Paula.
Thank you. All right, it's yours, Scott.
Okay. We also need to get people to be signatories for the payroll.
Yep.
Do we have
Can
any
put that under?
volunteers?
It's not on the agenda, but can we
I
put it
know.
under?
But that's
Okay,
part of reorganization.
thank you. Okay.
I'm normally around. I can help if you need it.
I can too. And my, Scott, may I ask you this? Are we still gonna need the 3 signatures?
I think we only need 2, don't we?
They were using 3 for the bills, 1 for the payroll.
Oh, well, yeah, we're gonna need the 3 for the bills, but it was 1 or 2 for payroll.
1.
Just 1, but we had 2 people. We probably should put all 3 on it. There's only 3 of
pay-
us.
for
Yeah, just in
payroll.
case someone's away.
I mean, it makes sense for all 3 of us to be on for payroll. But
Okay,
if you 2 can handle it and then I can be an emergency.
yeah. Okay, and
I make-
3 for the,
And that's the way
bills.
it's always been, 3 for the bills. So we're all gonna have to sign.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So I'll make a motion that Paula and Mike Smith be the first 2 signatories and I will be the backup. Do we have a second?
I have a
Second.
second.
Okay. Any further discussion?
Nope.
All those in favor, Paula,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Scott, aye. By the way, Mike, you can't abstain. On
Okay,
your
I'm
vote
sorry.
It's all right. So I will ask you that question again. Your vote on the vice chairman.
It's a yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, moving on. Do we have any minutes? No,
Yes,
we do?
we do. From the last meeting, which is March 29.
I have him here too, Scott.
Okay,
And my understanding is even if the people that were not
yep,
at that meeting, we can approve them. Is there
Yep.
any question?
nope,
Make
we
a
have a-
motion that we accept the meeting minutes of
okay,
March
do I have a
20.
second?
Second,
You made the motion, Paula. I need a second from Mike.
Mike?
I second it.
Okay. All those in favor of okaying the March 29th meeting minutes? Paula,
aye. Yes.
Mike Smith,
Aye.
Scott Holmes, aye.
Hey, Scott, just a quick question. The other
Yep.
commissioners, can I bring up a question?
Absolutely.
The other commissioners who were on the payroll, they're gonna, they're automatically gonna be taken off, correct?
Correct. It'll just be the three of us.
Okay.
We'll have to notify payroll on that.
Okay.
Okay, looks like the fourth thing we're talking about field contracts received.
Mhm. Everybody got a something from Nellie recently?
I have the contracts. I went down to the office and picked them all up to see what was going on. I don't see one contract that's got a payment. We've had some that are signed, but not all of them. So if you want to go through that one at a time, that's fine. Just let me know how you want to do it.
Okay, I don't have a list in front of me, so if you're gonna have to help me with that.
Okay,
What's the first one you have?
I have the men's softball contract. It says missing payment and approval. Scott, you've been in touch with them, haven't you?
I have not recently, but the last time I did was just before Nellie left. We'll have to check to see if they were supposed to pay the following week.
It might be a town hall, correct?
That's possible.
Okay, are you in contact with Dale or someone gonna contact them and we're just gonna split those duties up or?
Well, we can talk about that as we go along here.
You got it.
are we talking about the Freetown Lakeville soccer?
No, we're talking about men's softball.
No, that was
Play
men's
Sunday
softball.
mornings.
Men's softball. I'm looking at the list here.
Oh, okay, I'm just going by what all the contracts.
The men's
I have here.
softball the contract was sent and it was received.
Yeah, well, go ahead,
But there's no money,
exactly.
okay?
Do we want to vote to accept the contract or not?
Pending payment.
Absolutely.
So we need to reach out to them for a payment before they can do anything, right? They can't take the field without it, is my understanding.
That's how it's supposed to be, Paula.
Okay,
They,
Doesn't
started?
always work that way in this world.
well, should continue.
They gave us a schedule,
Yep.
so I will look at that and see what's going on.
Well, we can still accept the schedule. I mean, we can still accept
The contract,
the contract pending payment.
Mhm.
Right,
So we need a motion to accept the contract pending payment.
Okay, I
I,
make a
uh,
motion that
go ahead.
we accept the contract pending payment.
Do I have a
Do I have-
second?
I second.
Any further discussion?
Yes, they've already started playing,
Yep.
so we'll have to deal with that. Everything, I second it.
Do we know who to contact? I don't have a name here or anything.
I do.
Okay,
I will contact him when this meeting is over.
thank you.
Okay,
Uh,
any further discussion?
I have contracts. We're gonna continue with that?
Well, we got to vote on this one.
Yes, okay, as long as pending payment.
Okay, Paula,
Yes,
Scott, yes. Okay. Men's softball is a yes pending payment. Okay,
yes.
what else do you have, Mike?
I have Ted Williams volleyball. It says we do not have a contract yet, but the tournament dates were approved on March 15th. So we have insurance. We only have a contract for the tournament. We don't have a contract for their season.
So I take it we don't have a payment.
No payment.
According to the schedule here, at this time that Nellie sent us, I don't see any payment checked off.
All we have is the tournament dates and the contract for that, but we have not received any payments.
You did
for
get the
anything.
contract back? Okay.
Yeah, I got, just for the tournament,
Oh,
not
okay,
for
but
the
not
season,
season.
not for the season, no. Scott, do you want to divvy up about calling people?
Yeah, we can, why don't we get through these contracts and then we'll talk about
Okay.
divvying up.
Okay, the next thing is the Horseshoe Club. We're missing the regular season contract and the season payment. We do have a request for their tournament, and that hasn't been approved yet either.
The question I have is, do we have any conflicts with their tournament?
Yeah, I don't have a, I guess we
Horseshoe.
need a large game board with everything on there, because it's all separated, Scott, into folders, so I don't know. I can't answer that.
Well, I don't think we can accept it until we make sure there's no other functions like a volleyball tournament. They park in the same spot.
The first tournament is first tournament is May 7th.
But according to this schedule that Nellie sent, the last one, there was no contract received from Horseshoes. Is that correct?
Yes, no contract. All we got is the request for a tournament. That's it.
Okay, so they haven't signed we haven't received the contract. We have not received any payment.
I've got, and no, the only thing, yes, we got no regular season contract or a season payment. Just a request for a tournament with no payment.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to call them. What else do you have, Mike?
Okay, we have soccer contract. And we have everything except for payment.
Is this the Freetown Lakeville Soccer Club or the
Yeah,
women's
this
soccer?
is the 2022 spring season. Just says
money?
pending is payment. We got everything else.
All right, did someone make a motion to accept that pending payment?
I make a motion.
Let me ask you this. Are you talking Freetown Lakeville Soccer or women's soccer?
Freetown Lakeville Soccer.
Okay, we received a roster, a contract.
Yeah.
And no payment. Okay.
Yeah, I have that too. So you're right, no payment, Paula. So we're gonna have to, as Scott says, we're gonna have to pass it with a pending payment. And, so where are we, Scott? I
You
motioned
made a
it.
motion. I was looking for a second.
What was your motion? To
Accept
accept?
the Freetown Lakeville Soccer Club pending payment.
I second the motion.
Any further discussion? None being said. Paula, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mike, how do you vote?
Yes.
Scott, yes. Okay. So we've got 2 yeses pending payment. What else do you have?
I have an empty folder for the Northeast Beach Volleyball 2022 season. It says we do
Is that
not have,
Thunderbirds?
yes. It says we don't have an updated insurance, no contract, no payment.
Is this for Northeast Beach Volleyball?
Northeast Beach Volleyball.
Yeah, a contract was sent, nothing came in. No
We
money,
don't have
no,
anything from them.
So we don't have to vote on anything.
right, right.
What do you have next?
I have 15 and under baseball. And it says nothing. No contract, no payment, just an email from you.
What's the gentleman's first name?
Chris?
Yeah,
Tremblay?
I contacted him. I called him on the phone and he said he'd get back to us. We had a discussion about this, Mike, going back to the last meeting. We have someone that's using field 4. They were looking for field 4. We said we could offer them field 1.
Yeah.
They wanted Sunday mornings. We couldn't give it to them because men's softball has been playing 15 years.
Mhm.
The best we could offer them would be Sunday afternoons and Saturdays. Now,
After
Freetown Lakeville baseball had wanted Saturdays on field 1. They've never wanted it before on field 1. We had Nellie respond to them and tell them that they could have everything they asked for except for Saturday, Sunday on field 1. I offered the gentleman those times. He said, gee, that sounds good. I'll get back to you. I haven't heard from him.
Okay. So we don't have to do a vote on that one either, right?
No, we'll have to reach out to him.
I'm sorry, Rich, which one was it? Was it
That's the,
Freetown blooper ball? No, I'm sorry.
no.
Co-ed blooper ball? No,
That was the 15 under Lakeville baseball.
oh, okay. Is that considered AAU Giants or AAU Samurai?
It's not the Samurai. That's Ken Lally, which we've already accepted, and
Yep.
he's moving forward.
And AAU Giants,
I don't know
maybe?
if it's the Giants, Paula, but it's an AAU team.
Okay, that's what she has here, so I'm going to say that
It's not
there's
the
nothing
Giants.
there. There's nothing there other than the Giants and the Samurai.
The Giants were the teams from Bridgewater, Glen Tufts.
Okay,
Those were the Giants. This gentleman, that Mike's talking about the email. I conversed with him a couple times on the email, and they've aged out of Little League and Babe Ruth, but he wants to keep them playing. So I said, like anything else, remember we voted on a price,
yeah,
and so Nellie sent the contract with the price, and I followed up with an email, and he said that sounds good, and he hasn't got back to us.
okay.
So
So
we'll have to reach out to him.
Okay,
Scott, that's it for the contracts I have.
Right, because we've already accepted Little League and the Samurais. I believe that's all we accepted.
yeah. Okay, we received the
And
Samurai's contract.
wait a minute, what about women's soccer? We accepted that too, didn't we?
Yes, we received their contract and we received a payment. And Horseshoes men's softball.
That was the first one we talked about.
Okay, Freetown Lakeville softball. John
We haven't
Pond
got to
Park.
that one yet.
Okay,
I don't think we had all the information and Joe was supposed to get it. I have no
What
idea.
okay, what I have for Freetown, Free Lake softball at John Pond is that a contract was sent, a contract was received, they have a roster, and they made a payment.
Okay. That's for John Pond, right?
Yep, and it was all, they all have insurance too.
Okay. I can't remember if we okayed that or not.
I had a gentleman call me about that because he had sent in the contract, he had sent in the money, and I said, then if your insurance is in, you're free to start, because everything was in, and it was for the Freetown Lakeville softball.
Okay, well, I don't know if we okayed it, but it can't hurt to okay it again.
All right.
Do I have a
I'm sure
motion
we
to
didn't.
accept Freetown Lakeville softball?
I make a motion that we accept it. Yes, I second it.
Okay,
Uh,
all those,
I-
any discussion? Mike, do you have discussion?
No
Question?
discussion.
Okay. Paula, how do you vote?
Yes,
Mike, how do you
Yes.
vote?
Yes,
Scott, yes. Okay, so whether or not we voted him in before, we voted him in tonight. So let's see, we've got horseshoes, volleyball, soccer, softball, baseball, samurais, 15 and under. Okay, so we've only, to date, we've okayed women's softball, samurais, Lakeville Little League, Freetown Lakeville softball, men's softball, and Freetown Lakeville soccer, the last two pending payment. The others are still up in the air. We don't have any information. We don't have contracts. We don't have money. We don't have schedules. We don't have. Okay. Before we get into the staffing of Clear Pond, as part of our reorganization, we need to divvy up responsibilities on being the contact person for these groups. We also have Clear Pond. As well as these groups.
mhm.
I'm
Yes, Mike.
I'm more than happy to take some groups down at Ted Williams, seeing that I lived down there for 15 years, it seems like. Whatever
Yep.
sports, it doesn't matter. You can give me one, all, that's fine.
Well, let me put it this way, Paula, are your plans to continue on with Clear Pond or no? just
That's a
asking.
good, no, that's all right. It's a good question. I've been in constant contact with HR and trying to get everybody.
Can I go sidebar in a second on that? Do we
Yes.
have any possible directors?
No,
How about lifeguards?
no.
Oh, boy.
Attendance, yes.
Yeah,
We
I
have a
saw
good-
the attendance.
A good group came back, same as last year, so I was pleased that
Excuse
they
me.
were willing to come back and do another summer.
So we have no director and no lifeguards presently.
Right.
That's on the Lakeville Town Employment website I saw, but I don't know if we have to go further with that.
We've HR
Advertise
been
somewhere
in
else.
contact with HR, and he's beating the sidewalk. He's shaking the bushes. We're not getting very far.
So what do you think the roadblock is?
Well,
Money.
for the lifeguards, it's the money. And for the director, I think that I'm hoping by the end of April, maybe some teachers for the summer will apply. That's your only consolation.
What's the criteria for a director?
Many,
Okay,
Yeah, we'd have to send you the
the position.
okay.
Right. It
and
outlines it. What do you think would be our drop dead date to say yes or no?
in regards to opening the park,
Yeah,
or
Yeah,
or the position.
When
I
is
mean,
it?
I
I'm
would
just,
say that, I would say this, the first week of June.
okay. All right, no, I'm all
Yeah.
for it. It's just, sounds like we're running into a worst case scenario than it has been in prior years.
Right,
The only
yeah,
problem with that is that you may be hiring lifeguards and attendants before then, correct? Or
well,
no?
well, we're good on attendance because, as I mentioned, we have the young men who worked last year at Clear Pond, most of them from Old Colony, and they know the system. But we're batting zero with lifeguards.
But what I'm saying is we can't give them a commitment until we get a director and we know we're gonna open, correct?
Well, we can tell them that we're interested in hiring them, but I'm afraid that if we do this and on the first week of June, we don't have a director or the lifeguards to open, then they lose a chance to be employed, right?
Yeah,
So I don't
Yes.
know the way out.
that's thin ice. I wouldn't want to do that to them.
I know it's not fair.
Scott, ideas?
I know in the past, we've reached out to the swim coach at the high school. I know going to,
We've
the Y
contacted,
isn't gonna help us because they're looking for their own lifeguards.
Yeah,
and we contacted New Bedford because they have a program for lifeguards and certification, but they didn't have anyone for us. And we had a couple that we called, and there was the money issue.
there's lifeguard shortages at the beaches and they get paid more.
Yeah, well, from Dennis to Plymouth, I had a pay scale, and we can't compete.
What other towns have a situation like Clear Pond that are near us, or do they have the same situation, or anyone know?
Well, according to South Shore Park and Rec, they still think they're going to have some issues with finding lifeguards, but they're in a better position than we are because they jacked up the salaries. And we couldn't do that. We couldn't even offer a bonus at the end of the season. So it's a difficult situation.
Do we have to go back to anyone to see if we can squeeze more money out, or is it just a dead
Well,
issue?
I have,
It is what it is.
I have presented the pay scale to Ari and to HR, and there was no indication that they were going to change it other than the 2% raise that, which is cost of living.
Do they understand that it probably means we won't be able to open the pond?
I don't know how much clearer I can be.
I'm sure you were.
No, I meant to them, not you. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been talking this for a while, and there's no answer.
I mean, I've only been here 21 years. I never remember it being closed. Scott, do
Right.
you?
Not
Well,
for this
last year,
reason.
we just cut it down to 5 days, and because we only had, I don't know, five lifeguards, and and a couple of them are two or three of them at least were part-time, so we could only cover 5 days, so we didn't open it 7 days. This year,
The problem is someone calls out sick or just leaves, then we're two
Right.
raises in. Maybe that's why it's hard to find a director.
I think, I think we might be a little early. If we don't have a response by the end of April from the first week in May, I think we have to look at some serious change as to Clear Pond Park opening. I guess that would be a first, right?
We used to put these out in March,
We did.
and the first thing we did was hire a director. But
Yeah.
that
Days are
doesn't seem to
different.
be a case.
If nobody responds, all I can keep doing is beating the bushes and asking.
I know,
HR.
Paula, I understand.
Yeah.
I know you're hounding it, and it's appreciated. It's just this, I don't know.
Yeah, once again, like a lifeguard, it's hard to have a director to commit if he knows there's not gonna be enough lifeguards. So is he gonna bow out of another job to do that too? So that's the issue. It's not easy.
Can we wait for the next meeting and see if we have any other responses? I mean, I would say we have till the end of April or the first week in May before we know we're absolutely going to,
When's the next meeting scheduled?
well, when we get through, Scott will tell us.
Probably 2 weeks.
So that's probably when we should dig into this further and maybe make some
Yeah,
recommendations.
like today's the 21st, so
Yeah, it'd be the beginning of May.
yeah, in 2 weeks, we should know whether we've got anything going.
Yeah. Okay.
Sad.
Do we want to put off the attendance, or do we want to at least discuss the attendance and have that ready to go?
Oh, I think we can discuss it and just make sure that we're ready to go if something comes up. Yeah,
Okay,
there's
so
nothing wrong with that.
We'll do that in executive session.
Okay. Yeah, well, okay.
Right? Anything to do with payroll and employees normally is in executive session?
Yes, that's what I've put down on the
Okay.
executive session.
As far as the staffing for Clear Pond, I know we just kind of highlighted that. As far as the attendance, how many do you think we're gonna need?
Only 4.
Full-time? What if you got a couple part-timers, then adjust it for that?
Yeah, well, we're gonna only need 3 a day. We went through this last year, had 5, and we didn't need the 5.
Okay.
Well, we did a lot of cleanup before and volunteers and stuff, so it was determined that we could do 4 and get away with it. That would be snack bar, the gate, and a grounds person. And then
Okay.
the extra person would be covering time off. As
Okay.
I read the applications, we have 4 people that want full-time. I specifically asked HR whether, when these fellows said any day, anytime type thing, are they talking 40 hours? And the answer was yes. So we definitely have coverage.
Okay.
With the exception of one of them that's 40 hours that asked for the 1 week. And I think that might be covered, or we could also ask a part-timer if you wanted to have somebody per diem.
Fill in on days off and sick time, and is that what you're saying?
Well, the 4th person should be doing that, but there's
Okay.
1 week when one of the people has scheduled a vacation of, let me see, I think it's July 10 to 17, and
Yeah.
I think we can cover that.
Okay. All right. So let's move to the next item then, because we'll cover that in executive session. Possible vote on Clear Pond pricing. I thought this was already decided.
I think that we decided that, and it was determined that it would be for the season, a $99 pass, not 100 because of the credit card charge.
Yeah, for a
And,
townsperson,
huh?
for a townsperson.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's all resident now.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
They, last meeting, they, we voted and there was no decision, so it goes back to residents only. So with that, that would have been a 99 season pass. I think it was, let me see. I have it somewhere here. Let's see. Believe it was $99 season pass, $10 for guest pass. Of course, 15 and under was $5. And of course, under 2 is free and seniors are free.
So how
And
much is
I
it for
guess-
someone?
Pardon me?
So how much would it be for someone that's 20 years old?
If they're a resident of Lakeville, I believe we were at $8. If they were a non-resident and a guest,
Okay,
and the guest has to be present, it's a
right.
$10 fee.
Okay, so it was 2 and under was free, 15
Yep.
and under was 5,
Yep,
a resident regular pass is 8, a guest
Yep.
pass is 10, and a season's pass is 99.
yes.
Okay. That's what we had before? Do we need to adjust that or? your
Here's the glitch, if we aren't open 7 days a week, okay, is it fair to charge the residents $99 or should we charge them $80 like we did last year? I mean, they do get free parking. We're very reasonable in our prices in comparison to other beaches and towns. I don't think 99 is unreasonable, but somebody had last year, they thought, well, since they didn't get 7 days a week and only got 5, maybe we should charge 80s. So I think that's up for discussion according, as to what you guys want to do.
All right, but I thought that was decided at the last meeting to stay at 99 period. I don't know.
That's-
Mike, what do you
that's
thought?
Go ahead.
I will look at the minutes right now.
Paula, do you have anything to add?
No, that was
Okay,
pretty much it. The only thing that if we can go forward, I think we're going to need to get a volunteer day like we did before to clean up the park. The fence came down twice, once in September for that storm and that got replaced. And then, of course, the fence that Southeast Fence Company put up as a donation. So there was another fee for that in the bill too. So that fence has been repaired. We're all safe in that respect. The usual maintenance, and we have a list of things, you have to turn on the water, you have to turn on the electric, you have to have the Board of Health to the snack bar. And if you want to discuss this now rather than wait for till we get to the number 8 on the, if you look at number 8, I can talk about that now, or we can talk, oh, that's next anyways, right?
correct.
Okay, good. Mike, you're there?
Yeah, I don't see anything in the last minutes about prices for Clear Pond.
Yeah, I know it was submitted. I don't know if we actually voted on it.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right.
in the minutes.
we can vote on this and just get it on the books for now.
Yep,
And is that agreeable?
yep.
Sure.
Okay, I make a motion that we accept the price for season resident passes at $99, $10 for guest passes, $8 for daily resident passes, $5 for 15 and under 2 years of age free. Seniors under the age of 60 are free.
So that's 60 and over,
60 and over.
60 and over. Do we have a second?
Question? What is generally the,
Discussion? Go ahead.
discussion. What is generally the season, in a best case scenario for Clear Pond? How many weeks? or
Well, the
days?
season is usually 9 weeks,
Mhm.
free parking. They also, they usually, the director will be a 10-week because you got to open and close.
Right.
And so there's a little extra time in there for the director.
So
Does
I was
school
just,
get out this year?
Pardon me?
Does anyone know when school gets out?
I don't.
it's after that Juneteenth, isn't that like the 20th or something?
Yeah.
I'll have to look.
Usually we open the last week in June.
So that would be the
So-
25th, 26th.
Yeah.
So just reiterating, the $99 is for the full season.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be 9 weeks,
From the
Okay.
25th
starting on the 25th, yeah.
till the end of August, right?
Right, actually, the week before the end of August, that last weekend in August is tough to get people to work, especially if you've got any college kids, they're gone.
Yeah. Actually, we did all right last year, but we still quit before Labor Day, you know?
Yeah. The other thing is, we used to, I know you had problems getting the dock in on the last day.
Yeah.
In prior years, we used to bring the dock in sometimes the week before. It
Okay.
would be at it would be at the director's discretion when he could see enough adults that he could get it in safely. He would say, "Okay, let's go, people. Time to volunteer," and we'd bring the dock in. And
Yeah,
it may be the weekend before, but
Yeah.
you got to do it when you get people there.
exactly. I think Jesse last year wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
and
no,
he
I
waited till
understand.
last week.
Oh, I
But
understand.
this year, we know as part of we have a whole list of things to open and close, a
Yep.
whole list. So I believe that's on it, that you pull that up the last week you're there.
Yep.
The dock.
Right. It could even come in, it all depending on what the weather's going to look like and how many people you got there. You may bring it in
Right.
the week before or the Sunday before. It is what it is.
Okay,
It's just that's how, I know Dougie and Peter Looney, they would look at when they had enough people there that they could get the dock in safely. If it was that next to last Sunday, they would bring it in.
Yeah.
So it's just a thought.
okay.
Another
Well,
Clear Pond question.
Yep.
Testing the water, is that health department? Or we have to push that, and that has to be done before we open?
They get, the Board of Health gets contacted as soon as we are close to opening up. They have to come down and test the water on a weekly basis. I believe it's a $40 charge.
Yep.
And then another person comes from the Board of Health out of New Bedford, I believe. They go through the snack bar. They test the freezers, the refrigerator. They have to be certain temperatures and all of that. So that's another permit. And the bathrooms have to be sanitized before you even open and cleaned on a daily basis.
Multiple times a day.
Yeah.
We should probably check with Board of Health on what restrictions we could have on selling pizza That's,
Oh,
is it gonna have to come prepackaged from Fat Cousin? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Well, I've been in contact with Fat Cousins, and this is a good thing. They're willing to cater pizza and to our snack bar, which would be a plus.
Right.
And the idea would be, let me see if I have it here.
It's
Right, and sell it to
$10
us and we
for,
resell it.
$10 for a 16-inch pizza.
And we
Right,
can turn around
but-
and sell it for $2 a piece.
right. But there's even something better. You can sell two for $5, or you can cut it in 12 pieces because they're large and make a couple extra bucks. In other words, it's, say it's 8 slices in a 16-inch. I think that will probably be determined by the director, but I
Yep.
think that we could actually get 2 extra slices out of it because they're large pieces, or we could do 2 for $5.
But Scott, there are some, you okay?
Yeah.
There are some questions on that. Actually, I have a few. One is.
Mine has got
um,
more to do with the Board of Health.
Well, that's my point. One of them is, do we have the capacity to keep them warm?
I believe there's a warmer in there.
We have to
I
double check
remember
that.
in the corner, there was something there.
So we have to
And
make
what
sure
you
that,
have to do is deliver them on a daily basis, and any director will have to look at last year's numbers. How many people came in on this day? I think like Thursday was a busy day, Saturday was a busy day. So he would have to order according to those numbers
well,
to start out with.
from what I
And then
understand,
the
from-
Board of Health, I think, would probably only have to, I would think, only make sure that the snack bar was up to the level of what it is, because the pizzas are coming in from the outside, the warmer is there. So we're not making anything. It's already prepared.
Right, but we're
But-
still handling it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, I just want
Yeah.
to make sure with the Board of Health that we're crossing all our Ts and dotting the Is. That's
Well-
all. I don't want
I-
somebody coming in and getting mad at us.
No,
Yeah,
I
but-
agree, but it doesn't make any sense to order pizzas in the beginning of the day and then, say they come in at 11, you don't sell them and you got pizzas there 3 or 4. From what I understand from Fat Cousins is that they'll deliver. So we talk to the director and say, hey, let's start off with 2 or 3 pizzas. If you see we need more, call Fat Cousins and they'll deliver it. We have to
Right.
keep the food fresh.
right.
We can't
but,
keep it in a
Are you
warmer.
saying they don't deliver? Is that
No.
what you're telling?
We have to make sure that
I
they
have
will
spoken
deliver in
with-
a timely
yeah.
manner.
I've spoken with Beverly. She's the caterer at Fat Cousins,
Okay,
and they will deliver. We just have to put the order in on a daily basis and what time it comes in. And of course, there's other things on the menu we could choose besides pizza. I'm just throwing that out there because I have a menu from them, which might be also something that they could switch around, but let us get the snack bar open and let the director pick from the menu and what works and what doesn't, and the Board of Health approve everything before we get started.
Sounds
Is
good.
that okay?
Okay. Any old business for the commission?
Mm.
None being said. Any new business for the commission?
Yes, we have assigned Mike Smith to the CPA to represent the Park Commission. He accepted, right, Mike? The community.
pending Scott Holmes approval.
Okay.
You have my blessing, son.
Yeah. All right, we're set with that. I'll be happy to do it.
Thank you.
But you're gonna have to let them know, correct? So I get information
I
in email.
texted Sue and said that you were willing to do it, so,
Okay,
but we had to bring it out at the meeting. And we did.
Okay, any other business for the commission?
oh,
Anybody
hold
can
on.
think of?
Want to take a 30-second break? I think I had some notes. Can you hold on?
Sure. I'm just gonna continue. You find your notes.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
There's the mention here about field hockey practice.
Yes, I think that in the last meeting, they were talking about field hockey, using one of the fields, and I believe, if I may be wrong, but I think they offered field hockey practice free on one of the fields, so that I'm not sure about that. And
I don't believe it was on a field. I believe it was behind the Little League field.
no, I think it was, you know, that field that floods?
Yep.
I think that field was offered for field
Yep.
hockey practice free. Was that agreeable to everybody? Is that
If they practiced down in the back where the diamond was,
the diamond?
They used to have a baseball diamond on that field.
You mean where the nets are for practice down in the, you say it floods, right? Okay,
Yep.
that one, all
Yep.
right,
That it floods on the side closest to the waterfront.
yeah,
That's where this part that floods. The other side of that field, if you look, you can still see the pitching mound is elevated in the grass, and you can make out the diamond where it's grown in, but you can make it out. That's the highest and driest part of that field, is the back corner closest to the new fields we have.
Mhm.
So if you were walking around that and walk between the road that goes between the waterfront and that field, that's where
Yeah.
it's the wettest. But if you continue on that dirt road as you're heading out to the new fields, way
Yeah.
over there on the other side is the highest and driest spot.
I wasn't at
some-
the last meeting, but I understand that they agreed to let them use that field.
Do
I
we
just
have a
didn't know-
contact? Does anybody know if there's a contact?
I don't know who asked about it, but
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't
there
know
was a. I'm sorry, I wasn't there, so you know what, maybe the minutes have it, and I.
Sorry, I was just jotting down some notes. Before we go into executive session, although we probably can spend a few minutes there, that's okay.
Okay,
Why don't we divvy up some board responsibilities?
Scott, before we forget, who runs the snack bar down at Ted Williams now?
We do,
Who's we?
the Parks Department, the director, the clip-on director.
Oh, so they do Ted Williams too?
No, we don't do Ted Williams.
No, that was my question. Who runs the snack bar at Ted Williams now?
nobody. The snack bar is out of commission.
Oh, it's
They were
closed?
storing softball or baseball equipment in
Oh,
there, and
okay.
Scott didn't even know that they weren't running the snack bar last year, and all that stuff was piled up.
That used to be the busiest
apparently
place in-
the
busiest
parents
restaurant in
don't-
Lakeville.
Yeah, apparently the parents don't want to run the snack bar. They want to see their kids play ball, so it's been idle.
All right, just curious.
I don't know
Mike,
what to do about that.
what's happened with that, Mike, is probably more than half their games are over at Little Fenway.
Yeah, I
And-
heard that.
They run the heck out of that snack bar. And Ted Williams Camp is used as an overflow.
Okay,
So it doesn't get the play. So subsequently, they don't feel the need to open that.
that's fine with me. I was just curious because, like I said, it used to be the busiest place to eat in Lakeville in the day, Scott. You know
Yeah, I
that,
remember.
the line.
You know what, if Clear Pond had the offer of catering from Fat Cousins, would that be something that could apply to this? Oh, no, we don't have anybody to run the snack bar
No,
there.
we don't want to get involved in that.
Why?
And so Ted Williams?
Yeah, you got a snack bar and you've got games playing there. You mean if you had pizza catered, you're
Well-
not gonna make money?
Well, first off, you don't know what it looks like inside, what machines work. It's been a while. Maybe they tore them off, so there's no refrigeration, no heating
No,
in there, no running water.
Since when was there no running water?
I'm just, being that it's been used as a storage facility, I don't know what it looks like inside. I just know
I
that.
know what it looks like inside. I've actually taken pictures. And they have hot dog machines, they have some refrigeration. Unfortunately, they left, gloves on the floor and their equipment. It wasn't stacked, but there are snack bar appliances in there. Not only that, we have snack bar appliances in the storage area next to the Ted Williams office. There's either a popcorn machine and a hot dog machine in there in perfectly good condition.
Stuff I donated a long time ago.
I don't know where they came out of, but there's appliances that can be used in the snack bar. And if
But it's,
we could
now we
get
gotta
somebody
find
to run
another.
the snack bar, you could make money at it at the time when those games are being played. That's why I suggested, if it works for Clear Pond and we were able to get a caterer to get there on those days, then we might be able to bring in some money.
As long as we have an attendant,
Right, that's the if.
that's the iffy. Can't get him for Clear Pond, we're not gonna get him for Ted Williams.
Well, Clear Pond is not an issue because we have an attendant for Clear Pond. And they run the snack bar. So when the director orders the pizza and it comes into the snack bar, the kid be in the snack bar just has to warm them up to sell. Does that make sense? But there's not such a deal over at Ted Williams Camp where you have somebody manning the snack bar.
Right, it'd be different hours, different dates.
Yep.
Okay,
It'd be a
Scott, go
little-
ahead.
Okay,
Sorry.
no, that's okay. It gave me a second to jot down some of the things we got. So I guess I'll go back to the question I asked before. Tentatively, Paula, do you want to stay with Clear Pond or no?
I guess I should because I've been in contact so much with HR and, everybody at town hall trying to figure this out. So I've been on top of it. I should stay.
Okay,
I first and second and third it.
yeah, well, this is just, we're just splitting up duties. We don't have to, it's
Scott,
nothing,
I'm
it's
just,
not, it's not in the board's, agenda.
I'm just very happy she's doing it. That's why I'm
Yep.
doing it.
I'm just trying to
Everybody
look
is.
at, we've got horseshoes, 2 volleyball teams. We've got 2 soccer teams. We've got men's softball. We got Freetown Lakeville baseball. We've got.
Are you
the
gonna
two-
need, Scott, are you gonna need 2 people for Ted Williams Camp? And I should probably do John Pond too?
Well, that's what I was, Paul, I was kind of thinking that way, where, who's ever doing the Ted Williams Camp, they're not having to run down to John Pond too.
Right.
If you were to take Clear Pond and John Pond,
Yeah,
and then Mike and I can split up the duties at Ted Williams.
That'd be
That
There's
would
great.
like a dozen teams playing there.
okay.
And Mike, we can sit down and hash that out. We don't have to do that right now.
No, we can go over it over the week.
Yeah. And then we'll let Paula know who's doing what so that we're all on the same page.
Yeah,
Okay with that, Paula, just to save time here tonight?
yeah. And the only thing is, I don't always know, I don't know the contact people for,
Okay, well, we'll
The
have to
John
find that
Pond
out.
people.
We'll have to find that out from Joe, because he was the
Okay.
contact with them. I don't know who the contact is for softball either.
I don't either, but,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's been Joe's baby for the past 3 years, so
okay.
we'll have to talk to him about that. Okay, moving forward. So unless there's anything else to do with this meeting, we're gonna close this meeting and move into executive session.
Pursuant to the Mass General Law 30, C30A, Section 21, Number 8, we consider applicants for the employment of the Park Commission clerk and approve the executive session meetings minutes too
Yep, okay.
of 5/17.
All right, if we have them handy. Okay, so before we do that, we could pick a date for our next meeting, because we're not gonna come back into regular
Right, we're
session.
not returning. Okay.
Correct.
Give us a date. Who has a
That's what
calendar?
I'm looking at. I'm looking at,
Well, 2 weeks from today is the 5th.
Thursday's okay with you? Is Mondays or Wednesdays or Thursdays better for people?
Whatever, I'm okay with anything you,
Scott, you good with
people wanna-
Wednesdays or Thursdays?
I just can't do Tuesdays.
okay.
Let's stick with Thursdays.
You want to go with Thursday, the 5th? That'd be
That
2
sounds
weeks.
Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, so the next meeting will be Thursday, the 5th at 7 o'clock. Is that all right with everybody?
That's great.
Okay. So at this point, I'd like to take a roll call vote to close this meeting and then open up an executive session. Paula, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mike, how do you vote?
Yes.
Scott, yes. So at this time, would like to thank everyone and close the meeting of the Lakeville Parks Department at 8:03 p.m.